What's up, everybody? Just want to start off by talking about a rather serious issue that affects millions of people every day. It is the questions they put on the covers of women's magazines. No, because I feel like those questions are set up to trick women into buying the magazine and reading some long article that they think is going to help them better understand men, but it's ridiculous. You don't need a whole article to explain men. Whatever you want to know about us, the answer is always our penis. That's it. It's the answer to every question on every one of those covers. Like, where do men secretly want to be touched? What makes men say things they don't mean? Even to the seemingly more complex questions like, what makes men irresponsible? I blame that on the penis too. I do, because the penis is such a low-maintenance piece of equipment that there's really very little responsibility that comes with owning one. Now, women, on the other hand, the vagina forces them to start being responsible, basically, from the time they start potty training. That's because for them, that's a serious thing. They have to sit down with mom, have a important discussion about hygiene. That involves rules like only wiping front to back. They can only go in sanitary places. When you're a boy, they just let you piss anyway. Like you tell your father you gotta go, you're out somewhere with him, he's like, so why don't you just go piss in that alley over there? You see where the homeless guy's taking a shit? He's not gonna bother you. I'm standing right here. That's how they raise us, which is a little different, but I mean, it's not that bad. Eventually, we learned to do some pretty fun stuff, like writing our name in the snow. It was fun as a kid. And we get older, there's other stuff, like if someone leaves a cigarette in the urinal, we can try and cut it in half without stream. That unfortunately is the type of joy that the ladies will never know. But then again, thanks to the new Shiwi that's out now. In case you never heard of the Shiwi is a rubber penis they sell that women attach to their vaginas that they can use standing up. It's a real product that women are supposed to use whenever sitting down isn't a good option for them. Like if they're out in the woods, for example. Which is just great for us guys, because that's all we need is to be out on a group hike with our friends. Have one of them turn back around. See our girlfriend standing there. Shaking the last 2 drops out of her mouth. A little weird to me, but I don't know. If girls want to be standing up, I say, so be it. I'm really in no position to judge anyway, seeing as how for a while I went through a phase where I was really into pink sitting down. Which, as a guy, some people thought was weird, but I didn't really mind. I liked it. I thought the whole experiment was going pretty good too, until I decided to tell my younger brother about it. Because you know how it is with the younger brothers, they kind of look up to you. When we were kids, you got to see me get into a few fights and whatnot. Stuff that built up my street cred enough to where, as adults, a lot of the time he was willing to give me the benefit of the doubt. Like when he found the yoga mat in the trunk of my car, or when he caught me watching RuPaul's Drag Race. He lives life. But when I told him I started sitting down to piss right away, I knew I crossed some kind of line with him. I could see it in his eyes. So I tried to explain that the only reason I like doing it is because it's really a lot neater. And it is, because by actually sitting on the bowl, you never have to worry about accidentally pissing on the floor next to it. And I was hoping that might help convince him to see things my way a little bit, but he was really firm in his stance that real men always piss standing up. And I gotta say, the more I thought about it, I realized the kid is right, because that's how us men have evolved over thousands of years. I mean, even as recently as like the late 1800s, people still using outhouses. Anytime you sat down trying to take a piss, there was always a chance you might get bitten in the balls by a snake. And if you did, that was it for you, because this was back before anti-venom even existed. Yeah, back before anti-venom existed, but even though that's the case, I'd still rather take, now I mean the medicine's obviously a lot better now, but even so, I'd still rather take a snake bite to the balls back in the 1800s any day. I would, only because, the doctors, now, I mean, back then that was something that always happened out in the wild, so the doctor would never question it back in the day. But now, with the majority of snake bites occurring in the home, with snakes people own as pets, a snake bite to the balls is a lot more suspicious. It is, because, I mean, aside from trying to get your pet snake to blow you, how else would something like that even happen? There's no way. And And as soon as you walk in the door with that kind of injury, the doctor, he pretty much knows the deal. But then for his own amusement, I think just to hear the bullshit story he knows you made up on the way to the hospital, he'll ask you anyway, like, so how did this happen? Then you have to lie and be like, well, I don't know, I remember I had just gotten out of the shower, which is why I was naked. I took the snake out of his tank, I set him down on the floor just so he could stretch his legs for a minute, and then, I don't know, I guess the snake was tired because just as he was yawning, I tripped and fell, penis first, right into his face. And God bless the doctors who can listen to a story like that and keep a straight face, because in their head the whole time, you know, they're thinking, yeah, sure, that's what happened. Anyway, that's all I'm going to do tonight, just a quick 5 minutes and get out of here. Thank you very much, you've been a great crowd. I love you.